Good morning, everyone. Good to see you. I gave you the option for two different resistance bands. So if you only have the light one, that's okay. Regardless of what band you have, you're going to use your own body's engagement, okay? But if you have the option, just put the two of them next to you and I'll give you the option to say, maybe try this one or that one. Yep. And then we have two small weights. I think mine are about 3 pounds. If you don't have weights, you can use water bottles, a tennis ball, and a foam roller. Today's class is going to be a lot of quiet, isometric work, and there is a benefit in every type of workout. Everything that we do has to do with the nerve system. So someone that is overly stimulated, it's really beneficial to do work that is not mentally so taxing. And then over time, your nerve system learns to adapt to doing more with less effort. But doing it with words is not enough. Your nerve system has to experience it in order to rewire everything in your body. So someone that just got surgery, they're not gonna, if they go to PT, they're not gonna load them up with a lot of heavy work. It has to go slow so your nerve system adapts. Saying all of that, your mindset, your breathing, your connection is key. It may not change overnight, but you keep on doing it until your tissue starts to make peace and rewire itself, okay? Come back to the same tools. So we'll get started on our foam roller, just massaging. Take your fingertips behind you and we just, the attachment of the hamstrings and your glutes, we just give it a little massage. And then through your practice, always you're curious, you ask yourself, what do you feel? Where do you feel? And wherever you feel, that's where you shine your light, that's where you breathe. And if we're doing a stretch, you relax the muscles when I guide you. And when we're doing strength, where do you need to tone the muscles? Where do you feel weakness? And then you can add a little twist with your knees, like roll right and roll left. Feel free to make fits with your hands. And now, as you're doing what you're doing, you might go to the top part of your sit bones. Okay, you're connecting this to your back line from the soles of your feet all the way to your eyebrows, the space between your eyebrows. And now it's like a little dance, you know, kind of like doing a circle with your knees and then go the other way. So when we're just warming up, we move a little faster because we want to hydrate that tissue. Mm-hmm. Good. And now slowly come to the floor and take the foam roller right under your armpit. Scoot your hips as far back as you can. Take your right hand behind your head. It might or may not touch the floor. And then just rock and roll. Keep the pressure there and use your breath. And now wherever you are here, you're opening your chest, your hips, your spine, your neck, your shoulder. And I promise you, if you did something like that 5 minutes a day, you'll feel more relaxed, more connected, because we store lots of stress in the tissue. And then slowly slow your movement. You're trying to find something that needs attention. And you might hesitate in there. You might go 1 inch forward and back. And you may catch yourself not breathing, so change that pattern. And you're trying to find a little grace in your movement. When you feel tense, change it. And when you feel like an area that is really like, ooh, put a little less pressure on the foam roller just to ease into it. like a little bump in your way. But we don't want to ignore the bumps because the bumps are the source of tension and stress and all of the above. Excellent. Slowly come up. And now take your tricep right above your armpit. And extend your top leg. Your left hand is helping you, and we're just lengthening here, like a little seesaw. You lift your leg, you dive down, you come up. Yep. Pull, stretch it out, and then come up. Iron your tricep, and you probably would lose it and then adjust it. You might even go all the way towards your elbow. All of those attachments. And then start to slow your movement, like you're spreading peanut butter there, and then come up. That's your recovery. And then slowly iron it out, iron it out. Lots of weight, like your bone, your humerus here is pressing the foam roller. You may take it down a little more. Stretch it out, stretch it out. Now there's a lot of length along the right side of your body. Like you're pulling your hips down and your ribs up. And now breathe into that space. You might turn, make a fist with your right hand, and like you're waving a flag. Slowly come up. Vikila, this is for you and for Cindy. Take notes, take notes. Okay, and now we're gonna put it right on that side of this cervical spine. So you're on the right side. Again, scoot your hips way down so you have a little traction. And now you're pressing the foam roller, you're sinking all the way. And once you establish that, just turn your nose right and left. Go slow, you never know what surprises will come your way. So you always want to be a little cautious. Once you get the okay, then you go a little more, a little deeper. And now in your mind's eye, you know, just doing the cervical spine, you're connecting this to your arm, to your chest, to your hips, and so on and so forth. And wherever you are, you're releasing tension and stress and emotions. So I want you today to think of your body like a little chest of drawers, and you're cleaning out all the junk, and then you're replenishing it with goodness, with good things in there. We're creating space and awareness. And now wiggle your toes. And stick your tushy in and out because all of this is connected. Now imagine you're like a little worm, you're just swimming. A little worm in the water, you're just swimming, like a little crawling sensation. Your tushy is in and out. And then slowly push and come up. Okay, side B. Right on your left armpit. Scoot your hips down, lots of traction there. Bend your left elbow. And now roll. The first few a little faster to hydrate that tissue. And this is a new page, even though it's the same movement, it's a different story. And now you're shining a light wherever you are. And start to move slow. Like you have a strip of lights and every light is telling you a story. And there might be a light that a little rusty. You need to shine and stay there. When you feel that you tense, try to relax and do it again. And wherever you are here, you're connecting, you're breathing and shining a light through your whole body. You're like in a bubble of light and everything is included in your movement. Once in a while, you're wiggling your hips because you're helping your tissue, not tissue, tissue to release. Okay, slowly come up. Take your foam roller on your tricep now, right towards your elbow even, above your elbow, because you're gonna be moving. And now your right hand on the foam roller. Extend your right leg and push it out. You can even roll your arm, like turn your palm down and up to help it. And then push and come all the way up. That's your recovery. A little core here, inhale. Exhale, travel, travel, travel. Iron it out, extend your leg. Crush the foam roller. All your weight is on that foam roller. Maybe you wave a flag with your hand, like a figure 8. And now pull your hips down and your ribs up. And breathe in that space. Maybe even under your shoulder blade. You might feel in many places and then push and come up. And now unload a lot of that tension. Let it leave your body. Take a moment, inhale and exhale. Ooh. And now we go one last time. Go slow, crush the foam roller, crush the foam roller, slow, slow, slow. You might adjust your foam roller, you might pull it down or up a little and now rest on your head. And then you can roll back and forward, or you can just, your arm is doing the work for you. Make a fist and flag, move that flag. Relax the right shoulder down. Use your breath. Slowly come out. Cervical spine. Your left arm is on the floor. And now scoot your hips again. Scoot your hips down. Lots of traction. Crush the foam roller. The first 2 rounds, it's slow just to notice if there are any surprises. And then roll. You have to get the okay. Nothing is poking and pulling or stressing. And then you have the confidence and the flag to go a little deeper. So you put a little more weight. So we detox in here, lymph nodes. And you're breathing through your whole body. And when you find a little something, maybe you stay. Maybe you stick your tushy in and out and you're swimming like a worm. You're helping your body to become one open tapestry. And now visualize the base of your skull crushing the foam roller. And then all your vertebrae, your cervical spine, that side. Excellent. Bend your knees and come up. Okay, a small routine like this, if you did this every day, you can do it for like 2 minutes on each side, or 2.5 minutes and 2.5 minutes. I'm telling you, in 10 days, you're gonna call me and tell me, Oli, my shoulder is better, my upper back is better, all of that. I'm serious. Okay, now we're gonna load it up. So you're coming back to your right side, you have your bands, you have your weights. We're gonna put the band right above your knee. So if you have 2 light bands, you can put them both above your knee. If you have your light band, put it above your knee. And if you have a heavier one, you can put that one. Your body can take that. Regardless, you're toning your muscles. Put your weights in front of you. And now you're gonna rest on your right side of the ribs and make a pillow with your hand. Front lower ribs are down, your shoulders are depressed, and your core is active here. Spread your toes, inhale, and now everyone scoot your glutes forward. Notice how your glutes wanna go out and your ribs forward. Now we're gonna do the opposite, scoot your glutes forward, inner thighs are active, and now from here, tone your muscles, lift your leg to hip height. Lift your chest, close your eyes, we're counting here to 10. Dive all the way to your bone, breathe here, 7. Push the edge of the ceiling, 5, 4. Breathe, 3, isometric. Shine a light and notice what you feel, 2. And 1, a little pause for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little rest. Flush it out. So we go to the deep end, we're creating a lot of like havoc in there in a good way. There's stability, we're breaking into all connective tissue, so there's mobility. Now listen, squeeze your glutes forward, fingertips on the foam roller, core active, lift your leg to hip height, spread your toes and flex your foot. Now use your glutes, kick that leg back. Do not move your hips, adjust your glutes. You can take your left hand on your hip and keep it stable, and I bring it in. Push back and in. Push back, use your glutes. Nothing in your low back, you have to fire up your glutes. And forward. Push back and hold. If you feel a little tension, breathe through it and in. Push and in. I feel fatigue in there because the hip needs my attention. And in. 2 more. Push and in. Push and hold. 8. Fire up the lower glutes. Lift your ribs up. 4. Breathe 3. Breathe 2. And 1. Slowly release and take a little rest. Shake your hips a little. So I felt a little tension because I have like my SI joint in there. I felt it, but I was breathing through it because sometimes there is inflammation, there's misalignment, and sometimes you have to stay there to go to the other side. Top leg behind you. Extend your bottom leg. You have the option to put your weights on your inner thigh. Widen your collarbone and now lift your right foot off the floor. And now lift and lower halfway only. Lift and hold. Spread your toes, lower halfway. You're using your own strength. Lift and hold. Your left glute is active and lower. Lift and hold and lower. Lift and hold. Pause for 10, 9, 8. Glutes, inner thighs, go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down and rest. Good. Now, take one weight with your left hand. Depress the shoulders. Hollow your belly. Pelvic floor in and up. Now your glutes want to stick out. Bring them in. And now lift with your, imagine this is 10 pounds. I don't want you to use 10 pounds. Lift to shoulder height. Kick it back behind you, widen your collarbone. Do not let your ribcage dance forward and back. It's from your shoulder girdle. And I bring it back in and lower. You're lowering with resistance. Lift and hold like you have 10 pounds. Lift your chest. Kick it behind you. Widen your collarbone only from the shoulder girdle. Keep your ribs steady. Push it in forward and lower. Close your eyes and feel. Lift it up. Get into your bones. Kick it behind you. Only from the shoulder region. Glutes are active. Bring it in with control. Lower down like you're pressing a ball. That was too fast, Kathy. And lift it up slow. Hug muscle to bone. Lift your chest. Kick it behind you. Breathe. Bring it back in. Now you're pressing a ball. Push it down. Okay, just last one. Inhale. Lift your chest. Lift your arm. Notice what's working. And now open to the left. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back in. Listen. Turn your palm up and you're doing a little bicep. And push it away. Bicep. Push it away. Bicep. Push it away. Last one. Bicep. Push it away. Extend your top leg. Press the outer blade of your foot. Take your left hand above your hip. Chest is forward. Glutes are active. You have an imaginary block between your thighs. And now lift abduction here. Lift your arm. And I press that ball. Lift. Glutes are active. Squeeze your glutes forward. Lower down like you're crushing the ball. Push. Lower. Push. Lower. Push. Lower. Take a little rest. Okay, so now we're going to put all of this together. It's going to be a little shorter. So your weight is close by you. Inhale, open your chest, squeeze your glutes in. Push your leg to hip height. Pause for 3. Pause for 2. Pause for 1. Kick your leg behind you. Do not move your hips. Kick and come back in. Kick. Notice now you're deeper because your tissue is hydrated and it's on and in. Kick and in. Drop your left leg behind you. Extend your bottom leg. Find your weight if you want to. And now lift. Lower halfway. Lift. Lower halfway. Lift and hold. Pause for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down and rest. Find your weight. Depress the shoulders, glutes forward. Lift your left arm. Kick it behind you. Bring it forward. Turn your palm up. Bicep. Push it out. Extend your top leg. Take your arm outside of your hip. And I pull it up. Press it down. Bring your leg in. Bring your palm forward to the floor. Lift it up. Kick it behind you. Bring it forward. Turn your palm up. Bicep. Extend the arm. Extend your leg. Hand on top of your hips. Squeeze your glutes. Lift it up. Lower down and bend. Good job. Come up, take a little massage for your neck. Just sit on your back for a moment. We'll reset. You can take your hands under and over the foam roller so you're more snug on your neck, and then turn right and left. Breathe, feel. Massage the SI joint. We're resetting as we strengthen. Slowly release. Come back to your left side. Foam roller right under your ribs. Make a pillow with your left hand. Scoot your hips down. Everyone stick your tushy out and notice how your ribs are poking forward and how your low back is arching. And now take your glutes forward and notice how your ribs are coming in. That's where you want to be. Spread your toes, inhale. And now exhale, lift your hips. Keep your hips steady here. Don't shorten your waistline. All of those little things, sometimes you can do that movement and say, that hurt my back. It could do that if your hips are compressing. So push your sit bones, lift your ribs. Lift up and hold. Close your eyes and dive to your bone. Let that tissue marinate. You're pushing that imaginary ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse for 8, it's little. And 7, little. And 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and come back. Just to remind you, sometimes you think, oh, we're moving slow, we're not doing much. Trust me, you're doing cemented work here. Take a moment and breathe. All right. Keep those glutes active. Bring your glutes in. Lift your leg to the hip height. Spread your toes. Flex your foot. Without shifting your hips, kick that glute back. Lots of core. And bring it in. Kick it back. Bring it in. Push it back. Woo. And in. Push it back. Ooh. Each side is so different. Take notes. And in. Push it back. Oh my goodness. And in. Okay, 2 more. Push it back. Celebrate. You're going into the bone. You're trying to fight that tissue. And back with love. And push it back. Oh. In and rest. And now notice that surrendering, how liberating it is. Breathe and let go of all the tension out of your body. And now connect your left side to your right side. And it's all of this working for us, all of it. And I'm taking an extra breath because I need to recover. I want to make sure that I'm really acknowledging whatever challenge I had on this side. It was different than the left. Now bend your right leg behind you. Left leg straight, maybe your weight on the inside. Flex your foot and now lift and lower. Lift and hold and lower with control. Lift and lower. Your right glute is active. Press the toes, claw the mat with your right toes to engage your glute even more. Lift and hold. Lower. Lift and hold it here, pause for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1, slowly release it. Bend your knees, scoot your hips, find your 1 weight. Depress the shoulders. Inhale, lift your 10-pound weight to shoulder height. Maybe notice what's working. Open your arm behind you, but don't let your ribs sway. Breathe in there, use your triceps here. Widen your collarbone. Shine a light, especially if this side is your weaker side. And then come back in, all the way forward, shoulder height. And lower it down like you're pressing a ball. Lift it up, 10 pounds. Breathe, feel what's working. Open to the right. Push it back, widen your collarbone. Chest is open. Glutes are in. Take it back, forward. Lower. Lift and hold. Depress the shoulder. Take it behind you. Maybe you close your eyes. Notice how you're progressing, how your tissue is becoming more communicative. And then bring it in. Glutes are active. Press it down. 1 more. Lift and hold. Plug the arm in. Kick it behind you. Come back in and lower down. Take a little rest. Massage the area that you felt working for you. And now turn your palm up, bicep, and push like you're changing your mind. Glutes are active in the in. Squeeze and lower. Squeeze. Notice how that works in this dynamic. And lower. Squeeze and lower. Good. Extend your top leg. Right hand on your thigh. Press the outer blade and widen your collarbone. Glutes are active. Lift, abduction. Plug the arm in. And now squeeze that imaginary ball. And lift and hold, gaze forward. You don't have to look at me. Don't strain your neck. And press with control. Glutes, inner thighs active. Lift and hold. Push it down with resistance. Lift and hold. Lower. Lift and hold. Lower. Good. Take a little rest. And now we're going to put it all together. Inhale. Lift your right leg up. Hold it here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Glutes active. Kick your leg behind you and in. Behind you, in. Behind you and in. Slowly take the leg behind. Extend your bottom leg. Find your weight if you need to. And lift your leg. Lift maximum, maximum, maximum. Lower only halfway. Lift and hold. Lower halfway. Lift and hold. Pause for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Bend your knees. Find 1 weight only. Lift it up. Take it behind you. Bring it in. Turn your palm up. Bicep. Extend the leg, extend your arm to your hip, glutes forward. Lift it up, slow, slow. Press it down, slow. Bend your knee. Lift your palm forward to the floor. Lift it up, slow, plug the arm in. Open behind you, open your chest, lift your chin up. Bring it forward, turn your palm up, bicep. Extend it out, extend your leg, extend your arm to your hip. Slowly lift it up, slow motion. Press that ball. Bend your knee, last set, hand in front of you down. Then press the shoulders, lift your chin, lift your palm up. Kick it behind you. Bring it forward, turn your palm up, bicep. Extend your leg, extend your arm. Last one, slow inhale. Exhale, lift your palm. Lower down. Oh my goodness. Okay, get rid of all of that. Take a massage on your neck first. And now enjoy. You know, to surrender, you need to really work hard to really crave that surrendering. So now you deserve it, you own it. Notice the liberation, notice the freedom, your breath. Notice how your body now, the blood flows through your body like a river flow. And hopefully you might feel your left hip and your right hip a little more balanced. And now we just iron it out. As you press your feet down to the floor, notice if you feel a little more connected. Like those little antennas, those neurons in your feet are a little more alive. And from that place, how it's traveling all the way up. Notice how your breath and your pillar of light can get into little creeks, little areas in your body. And now just turn your nose ever so slowly to the left and to the right. And you're ironing out any misalignments in your body and you're hydrating your tissue. Very nice. Slowly come up. And I will do a little bridge on our foam roller. Feet aligned with your hips. Lift your hips and then iron your sacrum. Iron your sacrum. Palms on the floor, widen your collarbone. And our pelvic floor is in and up. Inhale, we're gonna go slow. Lift your tailbone first. Then press the shoulders down and now lift your sacrum. And then lift your low back. Your ribs are on the floor. And now we're getting deep. Lengthen your sit bones towards your calf muscles. 5, 4, 3. If you feel a little cramp coming, try to breathe and shine a light and press the outer blade of your feet. Lengthen your hips, drop your low back, drop your sacrum, drop your tailbone, stretch out your arms. Not your arms, your legs. Shake your, drop your feet to the right and to the left, rinse it off. And then slowly come back again.
Find the right alignment. Your core is active. You press your sacrum down to the floor. Widen your collarbone. Inhale. Exhale, lift your tailbone. Lift your sacrum. Lift your low back. Now, if you feel your low back is very happy right now, you have a triangle from your inner groins to your pubic bone. There's a triangle. Now lift up that triangle towards the ceiling and notice that hopefully your low back is still quiet. If it's not, if your low back is taking over, lower a little bit. And now breathe in here, close your eyes. That triangle is lifting up slow and small. And now you're marinating all the way to your bones. Your glutes are active. 5, 4, breathe 3, 2, 1. Lengthen your hips, lower your low back, lower your sacrum, lower your tailbone, stretch out your legs. Turn your toes in and out. You can even bend and straighten with your toes out. You do like a little butterfly. Just stretch it out, the inner groin, and then bring your toes in. Open to the side, open your knees, drop your toes out, and then bring your toes up and straighten your legs. Do it again. In, butterfly. On your sacrum, notice you don't want to be on your tailbone, and then press and straighten your legs, toes are up. Very nice. Bend your knees this time, organize your foam roller. And now take your hands behind your head, interlace your hands. Elbows in and now depress the shoulders, that's very important. Gaze up to the ceiling and lift your chin up. Lift your head and now press your head to your hands. Depress the shoulders again and again. Keep breathing, walk your feet forward just a smidgen with your foam roller. Now lift your shoulders a little more and now lift your right leg slow. Keep your sacrum on the floor. You're not on your low back, you're not on your tailbone. Inhale and now exhale, just stretch out your left leg. Keep breathing, lift your chin for 3, 2, 1. Take your arms to the right, release your hands. Depress the shoulders, lift your chin up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your left leg. Bring your arms over your heart. Drop everything to the floor. Breathe and feel. We're doing very slow, deep work. So you can connect and notice what's working and what's not working. Hands behind your head. Interlace your hands. Shoulders depressed, that's very important. You don't want to compress your neck here. So depress the shoulders, lift your chin, and now lift your head off the floor. Depress the shoulders the second time. Your head is pressing your hands. Keep breathing, find your sacrum. Lift your left leg up, slow. Keep breathing, lift your shoulders, maybe one more vertebra. Lift your chin, press your head. For 3, 2, and 1. Extend your right leg out. Inner thighs are active, micro bend in your right knee. Liberate your arms to the left. Lift your chin up, depress the shoulders. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release and come back. Take a moment, breathe and feel. Your core indirectly has been working the whole time from the beginning of whatever we did earlier with the bands. And sometimes we just tweak it a little more. We tie the dots. Now slowly come up with just 2 more little things to do. First one is going to be forearms where your feet are on the foam roller. And the second one, your forearms are on the foam roller with forearm plank. If you need to drop one knee to modify, you can do so. So this is what it's going to look like.
I'm gonna be on my forearms. You can bring your palms together and interlace them. I'll give you more stability. So you come into all fours, tops of the feet on the foam roller, hip width apart. Now lift your chest up. You might just lift one leg. It's okay. It's great. Or one knee, I mean. And if not, you're gonna bring both. Now, what I don't want to see, I don't want to see this, and I don't want to see this. Look at me, look at me. I don't want to see you dive to the floor like a banana shape, and I don't want to see that either. So pull the elbows towards the foam roller and gaze forward and corset your abdomen here. Gaze forward, inner thighs active, 5. Lift your belly off the floor, 3, 2, 1, drop your knees and take your hips back. Shimmy your hips to the right and to the left. Go towards your left sit bone and your right sit bone. Left and right. Stay in one place and maybe you feel like good. Release. And now we're gonna do the opposite. Remember, one knee can go down. This time your forearms on the foam roller. You can interlace your hands, will give you more stability. Lift your chest and gaze forward, not down. Extend one leg, tuck your toes under, corset your abdomen, and then extend your bottom leg, the opposite leg. Lengthen your tailbone, chest forward, elbows towards your knees. 5, 4, nothing in your low back. 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees and stretch it out. Side to side. Excellent. Slowly come up. We're going to take the shins right above the foam roller. So you are on all fours on your foam roller here, right below the knee. Okay? And then you're going to shimmy your hips to the right and to the left, like you're doing a twist. You're dancing the twist with your hips. Core is a little active. And then if one side feels like, ooh, I feel it all the way to my soles of my feet. So breathe in there, make fists with your hands. So you don't want to put all your weight on your hands. The work is in your hips. And feet off the floor, and then shimmy side to side. And you may even go towards your ankles. Wherever you are, all of that is good and it's all connected. And then you can go forward and back a little bit. Slow, put a lot of weight, as much as you can, and then twist and twist. Twist and twist. Turn your left ear and your right ear side, side, because this is still helping you to release your neck. Yes. Like so. Very nice. Release it. Stretch out one leg behind you. And then change. Excellent. So now you can take the foam roller right behind you, and some of you can open your knees like you do in a child's pose. Okay? And now sit back. Whoa, whoa. Now here is the key. When you feel like, oh my God, all you have to do is just come forward and take the weight off. Let the tissue reset and then you go back. And in the beginning, excuse me, some of you in the beginning, if it's so intense, you might just take your hands in front of you like you do in a child's pose. Now, what I don't want you to do, because I just caught myself doing it, is I'm pressing so hard on my shins and the tops of my feet. Take the gas off like you're floating your bones down, not your muscles. So I'm showing you the modification. This is very useful if it's so intense. Okay, some of you can take blocks and just rest your blocks. That's the second level. All you want to do is tame the tissue until you have more. But what I want you to do, especially if you have knee issues, be mindful that you're working on opening those the ligaments and the tendons, and you're hydrating around your knee. So there's a lot of good work here. Try to relax your muscles. Don't let your muscles take over. Relax the knee joint. Energetically, your sit bones are going backwards. Your chest is going forward. Tops of your feet are relaxed, and your shins. And then you have to go again because your tissue would want to, do it again and again. You might eventually come to your forearms on the floor. That's the other option. And then relax your head on the block. You don't want to go to 100. You really want to start slow with what your body offers you today. Otherwise, I talked about it before many times, your muscles heal faster than your connective tissue. Your connective tissue takes longer, so we need to respect it, and we have to work at its own pace. Remember, try to get rid of the idea of pressing your muscles. You're just like a little puppet with bones. And I really like the idea of the forearms on the floor with the block, because I feel like how my body is opening without forcing it. And it allows me to catch my habits. And then you might notice another layer. You can dive a little deeper with no muscles. Just gravity, your light, and your breath. And the brighter your light is, the more you're progressing. Notice how long is your breath. Relax your knees, your shins, your ankles, your palms. Slowly come back up. Oh my God, this is therapy. Ah, relax your legs. Stretch it out. Take the foam roller under your knees, actually below your knees, right? Where your gastroc begins, and then, okay, so for me, where I was at this moment, that was like medicine was happening. I hope some of you could feel that, where you're doing less, but you're really noticing how your tissue is evolving and relaxing without you forcing it. So here we are. Once in a while, you're lucky enough to really feel what I'm trying to allow you to feel, to experience. Massage it out now. We're just balancing it out. Turn your nose right and left. Take the foam roller a little lower. Rock and roll.
Take it a little lower, rock and roll. Excellent. All right. So now we're gonna go towards the outer right knee, right above the knee. Listen, don't go there yet. A block will be very useful to have as a pillow. So your foam roller, you're gonna be on the very end of your right side of the foam roller. Sit on it for a moment. You'll have to adjust it. Take a block and then slide your right arm. Okay, once you establish that, take the foam roller above your knee about 8 or 10 inches. You have two options. You can bend your top leg in front. You can also stack your feet together, ankle over ankle, and then rock and roll until you find something that needs attention. Your glutes a little active here. And now just a few rolls just to notice where, and we're trying to hydrate and sink into the deep layers of that tissue. Once you establish that, I would highly recommend the left hand, you over time would want to overly press, and then your nerve system is on the fight and flight mode. Either take your left hand over your right bicep or over your hip. And now you're allowing your bone, your femur bone, to sink and crash the foam roller. Only when you really press it, the tissue starts to hydrate and to squeeze the toxins. And you might just move like 1 inch forward, 1 inch back. Once in a while, you stick your tissue in and out because this is all connected. So as you're releasing that tissue, it gives you room in your hips and in your knee and other areas. Now, the slower you move, the deeper it is. And that's a perfect example where your mind wants to go. It thinks like if I move a lot, it's gonna get there. It's not. Once you sit and you settle, your body will guide you. And that teaches us also to rewire the nerve system to be patient. Patient with a capital P. And if where you are just feels pretty comfortable, like 3 out of 10, then either find another area, roll to another area, or lift your foam roller a little higher. And now you're gonna start again. Glutes a little active. Rock and roll. Moving the hips once in a while is super beneficial to release the tissue. You kind of like flossing it out, moving your hips. And I caught my left hand again on the floor, pushing, overworking. So it's on my hip now. Crash the foam roller. That's how you get to the deep, and that's how you release any misalignments in your joints. And I slowly come up. And you're gonna take the foam roller right around right above the crease of your right thigh. We're still there. And then your left knee will be on there. And I think for this one, either you rest on your right arm, or you could come to your forearm and make a pillow. And you're rolling up and down around that crease all the way to the hip bone. Be careful when you cross your hip bone, if you did, to go super duper slow, because you can strain some tendons and ligaments in there. So I would say for now, just go right above that hip bone, the little bony part. Forward and back, slow. And if you feel something at one point, rest on your right arm. And just breathe into whatever that is. Slowly, slowly, you're allowing your thigh to be heavy. And we're just trying to elongate the connective tissue in that region. Little glute activation, you might stick your tushy in and out. Relax your knee to the floor. As you create more space, just scoot your right leg further away from the foam roller so you have a little traction. And now lots of breathing. Over time, let your muscles totally melt away. Slowly come up to your forearm and now just go to the outer, your left leg is bent in front of you and just go towards the outer glute, the glute medius. And all you're doing is bend and straighten your right knee. Bend and straighten your right knee. Now open your chest, Vicky. Don't compress your shoulders, mama. Yeah, because we want to do good work here and not ruin something else. So press that little glute area. Bend and straighten the right knee. And maybe go a little slower now. Excellent. Release it. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Okay, exhale all the tension you released. Exhale it all out. Side B, find your block. Go to the left side of your foam roller, leave a lot of room. And now you're resting on your left arm and your head. Take that foam roller about 8 to 10 inches above your knee. Either stack your ankles, one the top under the bottom, or you can bend your leg. Whatever feels more soothing to you. You can shift and change over time. But you're taking just like a quick note here, a little inventory. Your top hand on your hip if possible. And once you're shifting a couple of times forward and back, go slow, like you're squeezing the tissue, because you are. Then you might stay in one place. Now your medicine is your breath. Your pillar of light is like your inner flashlight. It allows you to feel and to see where you are, where everything is. To acknowledge, to be mindful. Visualize your femur bone is sinking down to the foam roller. And that's why I'm very glad all of you have the soft foam roller, because it is like a sponge. It allows you to hydrate that tissue all the way to the bone. And can you notice where else it's traveling to? Where is the residue? Maybe you can see like little breadcrumbs are appearing wherever they are, and you just follow those with your breath and your little flashlight. Crash the foam roller. And once in a while, a little hula hoop. And you might go towards the edge of the front of your thigh. And for me, because I do this often, I can feel the deep connection of my bone to my foam roller because my tissue is more hydrated. So now this is traveling to many other areas. It's not just where I'm on, but it's radiating to many places. I can see it's opening up. And I'm taking notes of that. Even though I feel it now in my inner groin, I'm not anywhere near my inner groin, but that gives you the little path, the meridian. And you're trying to poke that meridian, unclog it with your breath and your light. That blockages can be emotional, physical, energetic, physical, of course. And it's all of the above, they all work together. Do a little hula hoop with your glutes, maybe you can release something. If you don't feel enough, travel up a little more. But I'm in a place here where I can see there's a little something that I'm onto. I'm on the right wave. I'm gonna stay here, but you go where else you feel. Catch yourself tensing up, catch yourself holding your breath. Okay, slowly release it. Or I could have been here for another 15 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we're gonna go right above the hip, above the crease. You're on your forearm to begin with, and right knee bends. And I roll up and down over the hip bone, the front, the bony part of the hip. Roll up and down. Be careful not to go above the bone. Just so we don't stress anything. You know, we're just trying to iron it out. You can continue doing that, or you can extend your left arm and just rest on it. And eventually you're stretching out your left leg, and then you're trying to relax the leg down. Pull the pressure. If you feel tenderness and achiness, just breathe into it. Staying long enough might help you to release what's pressing that tissue. Might help you with scar tissue. Stick your tushy in and out. Slowly come out of it. Oh. Okay, we have a couple more things to do. Take your tennis ball right towards anywhere towards the upper right side of your spine, okay? Anywhere there, it's all good stuff. So, keep your foam roller around your feet. Maybe we'll see if we'll need it or not. So, take it right somewhere on the right side. And then, yes, you can put your feet on the foam roller. Now listen, you can lift your hips and then roll forward and back once in a while. Just once in, or you can just stay and put pressure and sway your hips right and left. You can also take your right arm up and down, or semicircle. You might feel that as you're pressing the ball, you're also resetting your hip and your spine. Okay, so just play with that. You can go circles both ways and eventually start to walk slow. When you move slow, you get to pick more sensations. Maybe one more pressure, you lift your glutes for a moment, and then you can still play with your arm. Move the ball out of your way, and now listen, take it right side of your sacrum, somewhere on the right side. Your feet are on the foam roller, and now you sway your hips to the left, and the ball goes to the right, but put a lot of pressure on the ball, and then come back center. You're connecting where you were on your shoulder to where you are on your glutes and your hips here. And if the ball moves away, just find another spot. All good stuff. I'll tell you where a very, very important area is right to the right of your butt crack. There's no any other way for me to say it. So just there's a lot of attachments and they throw your hips off. So it goes close to your glute, towards the right side of your tailbone, and then scrape that tissue. It's very small, it's like an inch or two to the right, and then come to the middle, and then go again. And you might feel some adjustment for some of you. All the way. And then move the ball again from the center. You might go a little higher. Right to the top of your hip. Sway your hips to the left, put a lot of pressure. And I take it right above the hip towards your lumbar, your low back. And now again, just shimmy your hips to the left, the ball goes to the right. Shimmy your hips to the left. Good. Move the ball, release, stretch out your legs. Flash it out. Your whole body is working together. Now last side, take the ball to the left side, somewhere on the upper back, doesn't matter where. You can drop your knees right and left. You can take your arm up in a big circle. And start to move slow. And wherever that ball is, it's going all the way down to your spine and to your hip. You might move your hips and sway your hips right and left. Just explore. Good. And then move the ball and take it all the way to the left side of your sacrum. Sway your hips to the right, the ball goes to the left. Sway your hips to the right, the ball goes to the left. Put a lot of pressure on the ball. And then go towards the left lower part of your sit bone, right towards the back, your butt crack, and then just an inch or two to the left and come back in. And then explore other parts, maybe the top part of your head. And then take it towards your lumbar, right above the hip, close to the spine on the left side. And then shimmy your hips to the right and back. Maybe you do a little hula hoop right over the ball. I love doing that. Or even lift your tushy and then drop your tushy towards the floor. Like you're compressing the ball to your tissue. And go slow. And you don't have to go all the way down, just test the water. But you know one thing for sure, that you are healing the tissue around your spine here, the hip. If you feel there's more work to be done, that's your homework. Slowly release it. Stretch out your legs. Massage your calf muscles gently here. Flush it all out. Exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Every inhalation is nurturing, and every exhalation is letting go. Allow your fingertips to be soft, your heart to be soft and open, your throat, your mind. And no matter what, with all the challenges of our lives, you gave yourself this block of time to nurture you on all levels. slowly bend your knees. Roll over to the side and come up to a seat. Ah. I hope each and every one of you feels like a liberated woman. Make sure you drink lots of water. I love you all so dearly, and I really feel so lucky and grateful that we can do this beautiful, beautiful work. I mean, I'm just so proud of all of you to appreciate this kind of work. Namaste. I will see you again next week and maybe on Sunday. Thank you. I hope you feel good. Drink lots of water. Love to all of you.